In the past 50 years, the amount of water in the open ocean with zero oxygen has gone up more than fourfold. In coastal water bodies, including estuaries and seas, low oxygen sites have increased more than tenfold since 1950. Scientists expect oxygen to continue dropping even outside these zones as Earth warms. Antibiotics either directly kill bacteria or slow their growth, leaving the immune system to finish the job. The drugs work in several ways by preventing bacteria from building sturdy walls or making copies of their DNA, for instance. Growth-slowing antibiotics usually disrupt ribosomes, the factories in which bacterial cells make proteins. Large Marimo are now thought to be exclusively found in Lake Akan, and as seen from the data, even there they have become threatened. Therefore, it is necessary to propose measures to protect Marimo from global warming, such as utilizing the cooler river water that flows into the Marimo colony. Organelles are the biggest difference between bacteria and cells that make up the human body. Organelles. You are a eukaryote. Your cells are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic cells contain membrane-bound organelles, including a nucleus. Eukaryotes can be single-celled or multi-celled, such as you, me, plants, fungi, and insects. A constellation is an area on the celestial sphere in which a group of stars forms an imaginary outline or pattern, typically representing an animal, mythological person or creature, or an inanimate object. The origins of the earliest constellations likely go back to prehistory. Cats have nailed this one thing so well that they all did and just come up with slightly different sizes. That's why they're perfect, evolutionarily. They don't need variation. They might get bigger or smaller, but they don't change anything else because they're doing it just right otherwise. They're not jacks of all trades, they're masters of one. But on May 3, a couple of weeks later, Lincoln issued an executive order calling for 43,000 3-year volunteers for the Army, and also increasing the size of the regular Army and Navy by 40,000 men. Both of these actions were in apparent violation of the Constitution. Likewise, several of the proteins in the study were chosen for their similarities to the key attributes of the fantasy impromptu style. Most of the 18 proteins tested regulate functions including human emotion, cognition, sensation, or performance which the authors say connect to the emotional and expressive of the genre. A guild is an association of artisans or merchants who oversee the practice of their craft trade in a particular area. The earliest types of guild formed as confraternities of tradesmen. They were organized in a manner something between a professional association, a trade union, a cartel, and a secret society. Ever since I remembered, Father woke up at 5:30 every morning, made us all breakfast and read newspaper. After that he would go to work. He worked as a writer. It was a long time before I realized he did this for a living. STEM education is essential for preparing students for the technological and scientific challenges of the future. It provides students with the skills and knowledge needed to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM education also promotes critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Networking is easy and fun because it taps into this human predilection to talk about ourselves when asked. Consider successful. Networking is little more than the process of guiding a person to tell you about his life, what he's doing, the company that employs him, and his current industry. Traditional divisions of domestic work are understood to persist because of the strong association of the home with humanity and paid work with masculinity. To challenge who does what in the home is arguably tantamount to challenge what it is to be a woman or a man. Using artificial intelligence, researchers can create photorealistic images from three-dimensional scenery, paving the way for better driving simulators and better testing of driverless cars. About 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid slammed into the Gulf of Mexico. Not long afterward, All non-bird dinosaurs died, as did many other species on land and in the sea. Scientists don't know the exact year this took place, but they now think they have figured out in what season it occurred: spring. Those who switched from precarious to secure employment had a 20% lower risk of death, regardless of what happened afterward, compared to those who remained in precarious employment. If they remained in secure employment for 12 years, the risk of death decreased by 30%. Until fairly recent times, the origin of birds was one of evolution's great mysteries. This is no longer the case. Fossil evidence from China now conclusively proves that there is an evolutionary link between birds and several types of extinct prehistoric reptiles which lived millions of years ago, or in other words, dinosaurs. Glimpses of the ultra-fast world of electrons are changing scientists' vision of the inner workings of atoms and molecules. The 2023 Nobel Prize in Physics goes to 3 physicists who illuminated this realm with ultra-short pulses of light, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences announced October 3. As a child, I used to spend hours playing in my grandmother's garden. She had an array of colorful flowers and herbs growing throughout the yard, and she would teach me about each one. She had a particular love of lavender, and I remember her telling me stories about how she used to dry it and make sachets to put in her drawers.
Audio Jungle.